got here, Liam, as it's 3 minutes. I'll be as focused as I can. I want to thank Solidarity People Before Profit for bringing this bill. I 100% support it. In case there's any doubt in why we need it, that was set out clearly almost 20 years ago in the High Court when the very courageous Ed Horgan took a case seeking to highlight what was going on in our country in relation to Iraq and Shannon, and the judge clearly said, despite the great historic value attached by Ireland to the concept of neutrality, that status was nowhere reflected in the Constitution or anywhere else in legislation. It was effectively a matter of policy, albeit a policy to which traditionally, at least, considerable importance was attached to, but a policy that could change at any time, and we see that happening all the time. And it's very disappointing in this long speech that the Minister uses it to say he can't agree with this bill, when every opinion poll has shown us that the people want to keep our neutrality, but to use it in a most positive, active way. And indeed, it was one of the main reasons that we gained respect and got a seat on the Security Council. Now, the Minister has left, and I respect that he's always here for as long as he can, but he chose to quote selectively from Desmond Tutu, Nobel Peace Prize winner who died in December last year. And he quoted him, and he didn't include it in his speech, but he said, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. Now, I certainly agree with Desmond Tutu, but I do not agree with the Minister using that to back up an argument against neutrality. It's a selective quotation, it's out of context, and I and any of my colleagues here are totally against injustice, recognising that it's wrong, it leads to wars in any event, and none of us are neutral when it comes to injustice. None of us are neutral in relation to what Russia, the illegal war on the Ukraine. That's what neutrality, that's not what it's about. And if we're going to quote Desmond Tutu, let's quote him in context. The man who was fearless in criticising all power, no matter where it was, no matter the colour of it. And what he said, for many years I've been involved in the peace business. Now, we talk about peacemaking now, which is more a war-making, but he had been involved all his life in the peace business. He said, I've learned a lot about the business of war. And he talked, I just come back to that, but what he said was interesting as well. He told us that children are a wonderful gift. They have an extraordinary capacity to see to the heart of things and expose sham and humbug for what it is. And that's exactly what he did. And so he spoke out clearly against nuclear weapons. He spoke out clearly against the Iraq war, the siege of Gaza, and the bloated military budgets and so on. And when it came to the arms industry, which is what is happening in Europe today and has been going on openly, sorry, I'm over time, I beg your pardon.